Welcome back to the Red Dirt Road podcast. I'm your host, Marshall Farnsworth, here with Alex Breitenbach. How's it going?
Going well. It's going well. The holiday season has officially begun.
Yep, it's Thanksgiving is over. We are getting into Christmas now. Just wrapped up Thanksgiving. What'd you do for that?
We didn't really do much. We kind of just chilled at the house, just the four of us. We didn't really have anybody come over. A COVID acceptable Thanksgiving. Called the grandparents on both sides. Called some relatives. FaceTimed them. Said, "Hey, how you doing? We love you guys and hope you're all doing well. Wish everybody good tidings." Basically, then we had the turkey. I didn't really get to watch any football this Thanksgiving though. I got a lot of work to do, so. It's that unfortunately for college students, Thanksgiving falls right before final exams take place. You have the next 2 weeks. It's just going to be a lot of work. So I've been working over Thanksgiving, unfortunately, but it's still a very joyous time, I'd argue.
Yeah, Thanksgiving a lot different than Christmas for college students.
Mm-hmm.
We watched some football. We actually have another Thanksgiving thing tonight, so it's not completely over for us. We kind of had four small Thanksgiving things. We met at my mom's house, had some people over there for my mom's side of the family, Thanksgiving morning. And then at night, we had dinner at my girlfriend's sister's house. So it was just two of them and us. And then, like I was saying, my dad and Morgan, my sister, came over today, and then having a few friends, I think 4 people, maybe come over to our apartment later. Nice. Our apartment's pretty decent size. So, nice. Then we are getting into Christmas stuff, which we'll get into it for a minute. I want to give a little moment of recognition. We'll see if I just kind of wanted to put it on here. My girlfriend Emma's best friend's dad passed away. He was sick, and so just wanted to give that moment of recognition. Didn't know him extremely well, but was super nice guy. Not too old, our parents' age. So, just wanted to put that out there. Great guy. Make sure everyone, wearing your mask and everything. He was sick from a couple of different things.
I'm so sorry, dude.
Yeah. So, prayers to family and stuff. Got to take a quick break right now because I'm going to actually bring something onto the podcast real quick that I have to show.
All right.
And it fits in very well with our podcast. So I'll be back in 1 minute.
All right.
So,
you guys that's just such a cute cat.
So this is the official mascot of the Red Dirt Road podcast. And we named it Kix after Kix Brooks. We went through a lot of different names. Bear was one that we were thinking about, my mascot from college. And, it's more of a grayish white, so not really looking like a bear. And we kind of just settled on Kix. Couldn't really think of, it's a girl, so couldn't really think of a lot of girl names that really fit. So Kix is the name. Very sweet.
That's a great name. How fitting, honestly. How fitting. That's awesome.
Maybe Ronnie next year. We'll see.
Yeah. Kix and Ronnie. If you get another, you got to get the duo. That'll be awesome.
So, yep, that was that. One more little thing before we get into this. A little surprise, since we're on to this for next year. We are thinking about doing a Spotify exclusive thing. We've talked about where we're going to be reviewing new albums that are coming out. There'll be a quick 1 minute per song type thing, and not sure exactly how it's going to look. Hopefully we'll even be able to do it, but we'll see. So if you have Spotify, you can actually do it even with the free version, but you're only going to be able to listen to a small clip of the song, but basically it'll have some of the song and then, or the full song if you have the premium, and then it will have just a 1 minute recap or 1 minute breakdown of us after we listen to the song. So it'll be different, much different than these. So look forward to that. Probably Morgan Wallen's new album in January is what I was thinking about for start it. So yep. So this album, so we're gonna do 4 songs from this album. It won't be Christmas Without You, Brooks and Dunn's October 8th, 2002 release. And just a sort of quick preview of the album. It has 11 songs, and it also has a deluxe version that came out on the same day. It has 2 extra songs, kind of a Christmas country album. Most of these songs are covers. Some of them are newer songs. And then for the first song that we're going to review is Winter Wonderland. Obviously very popular. I think Bing Crosby, probably the most popular version. But here's kind of the breakdown, or what it has to say about the actual song. Is that is a song written in 1934 by Felix Bernard and lyricist Richard Bernard Smith. Don't know if they're related, but due to its seasonal theme, it is often regarded as a Christmas song in the Northern Hemisphere. Since its original recording by Richard Himber, it has been covered by over 200 different artists. The song's lyrics were about a couple's romance during the winter season. A later version of Winter Wonderland, which was printed in 1947, included a new children's lyric that transformed it from a romantic winter interlude to a seasonal song about playing in the snow. The snowman mentioned in the song's bridge was changed from a minister to a circus clown, and the promises the couple made in the final verse were replaced with the lyrics about frolicking. Singers like Johnny Mathis connected both versions of the song, giving Winter Wonderland an additional verse and an additional chorus. It says Smith, a native of a town in Pennsylvania, was reportedly inspired to write the lyrics after seeing Hansdale's Central Park covered in snow. Smith wrote the lyrics while being treated for tuberculosis in the West Mountain Sanitarium in Scranton, PA. Isn't that where The Office is?
Yeah, that's the set of The Office.
Didn't know that. It's connection to the song, The Office. Originally recorded in 1934 for RCA Victor. At the end of a different recording session by Himber and his hotel Ritz-Carlton Orchestra, with extra time to spare, RCA Victor suggested arranging and recording Winter Wonderland using some additional members of its own orchestra, which included Artie Shaw and other established NYC studio musicians. Guy Lombardo's version that same year would go on to be one of the biggest hits of 1934. In the Swedish lyrics, the word tomtar is mentioned. In Mathis's version, heard on his 1958 LP Merry Christmas, the introduction is sung between the first and second refrain. In 1960, Ella Fitzgerald recorded a jazz arrangement of the song for her Verve release. Ella Wishes You a Swinging Christmas. Guy Lombardo's version was the highest on the charts at the time of introduction. Johnny Mercer's version of the song placed at number 4 on the Billboard Airplay chart in 1946. The same season, a version by Perry Como hit the retail top 10. Como would re-record the song in 1959 for his Christmas album. In November 2007, the American Society of Composers, Authors, and Publishers listed Winter Wonderland as the most played ASCAP member-written holiday song of the previous 5 years, citing something someone's 1987 version of the song as one of the most commonly played. And it has different things here. And so the Brooks and Dunn version of the song is 3 minutes long. It's the first song off the album, and it's also one of 4 songs off the album, according to this, to peak in the Billboard Top 100 for country songs. This one peaked at number 57. And obviously the Brooks and Dunn version, not really any different lyrics, so we don't really need to break down the song for that. So what do you think about this Brooks and Dunn version of the song, and maybe, kind of how it compares to other country versions of the song maybe you heard, or other versions in general? Because it's definitely a little different than traditional.
I mean, honestly, it's a Hallmark Christmas classic. So you're really not going to see any version of the song that is unique, like, or excuse me, that is like, there are so many different versions of this song and so many different ways you could play it. The lyrics almost never change. However, like, it's just, there's an appreciation, because I always regarded the song Winter Wonderland as a sort of poem, because it seems poetic. Like, gone away is the bluebird, here to stay is a new bird, sings a love song as we go along, walking in a winter wonderland. It's got, like, paints a perfect picture, that poem. But, like, nobody's ever really changed the lyrics per se. But the way it's played and the way it is portrayed can take many different forms. And, like, we've seen jazz editions of it, we've seen just straight piano editions of it. And the country versions of it, you could have multiple versions of that in and of itself. I mean, I think the Brad Paisley version of it is very unique. And I definitely think, I haven't really heard many other versions of this song other than Brad Paisley, but listening to Brooks and Dunn, I mean, it definitely has the Hallmark classic with a Brooks and Dunn flair, personally. Like, and they take it. I really love that sort of honky tonk vibe that they put on Winter Wonderland. I'm not sure if that's solely unique to Brooks and Dunn, but I'd certainly love to think that it is, because I haven't really heard anything else yet that sounds exactly like this version. Personally, it's not so much about the lyrics that I find when I'm breaking down this song. It's about the guitar riffs, it's about the drums, it's about the backbeat. Like, that whole backtrack is what's going to be different. And that's what differentiates itself from different versions. Now, I did really like this song. I was a little surprised that Ronnie Dunn, out of all people, Ronnie Dunn chose to pronounce the ing in listening and glistening, because, like, traditionally it's like sleigh bells ring, are you listening? Like, that's normally what people would say, and in the lane snow is glistening. But Ronnie Dunn chooses to pronounce the ing and make it more of a, I don't know, abrupt style of singing that. And I found that to be interesting, because that's not something I've seen in many different versions of this song.
Does he say, if I didn't actually pick that up, but does he say listening? Is that what he says? He kind of
he says listening. He says sleigh bells ring, are you listening? Like, instead of are you listening, it's are you listening? And it's very distinct. I caught that right off the bat, and I was surprised, because, almost nobody ever does that. And I guess that's what makes it unique, is that Ronnie Dunn chooses to do that. And you would think in a country version he'd want to go with the slang, but not in this version. And I think that's definitely is a distinction between this and other versions of the song right off the bat. And I'm not sure whether I like it or not, but it definitely has a distinct uniqueness to it.
You're not sure if you like
I'm not sure. No. I like the song. I'm not sure whether I like the saying listening and glistening and adding the ing. I mean, it doesn't sound traditional in that sense, but it like, and I'm not sure if I like that. Maybe it'll grow on me, but I think, you know, at first, like when you first hear it, it sounds almost out of place that he says that, but it's, again, it's what makes it unique. So
I'll be honest, I did not pick that up. I don't know, maybe, yeah, I don't know, I didn't pick it up, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure why he chose to do that, if it was intentional or not. Can't really compare it to much because this is their only Christmas album. So we'll have to see if that is something they continue doing. I think it's a good country Christmas song. The more I listen to it, you know, it's not like, you know, Bing Crosby's version is probably the best, but I like this one a lot because it's different. It mixes up from the traditional Christmas country music, which actually, when I was looking at the reviews of this album, it kind of says that. They give it some good reviews because it's not just a songs in an album where it's just a country band playing the song. Like they actually bring their own style to it that's like a Brooks and Dunn style. They kind of give this song a punch, you know, which is a honky tonk punch, which they bring to country music in general, which I thought was very fitting. So this, I love this. I think this is a Brooks and Dunn Christmas song, true through and through. And I listened to not a whole lot of versions of this song. I listened to the Bing Crosby version and the Brad Paisley version, and then most of the Blake Shelton version. And you know, Brad Paisley, I mean, he performs it well, nothing bad, but it's not very interesting, really. It's kind of just he's just playing it. And this version's not like that at all. It's much more upbeat. And so I like that because it's you know, you start playing Christmas music and you're like, oh man, it's kind of gets old after a little while. You know, it's like it's all, you know, this old, you know, churchy type things, and it's, you know, something like this that kind of gives a little punch. I like that. I like a little mixing it up. So yeah, that's all I have to say about this.
yeah, that's definitely a good point that you made there. I mean, and to me, this isn't a cover. I know I noticed you said, like, you know, it was a lot of these songs are covers, but to the extent it's most likely public domain. Honestly, it's so old that it's most likely public domain, but it's not a cover where they're copying exactly what the song, how the song is supposed to be played. And that's honestly why I'd argue that it's not a cover, because this is so unique the way that they've performed this song that it almost sounds like Brooks and Dunn wrote the song originally, like they are performing it, and it doesn't, it doesn't sound like they've covered it. It doesn't sound like they've ripped off anything. It sounds like they basically started from scratch and just put the lyrics in.
Yeah, no, it's
Honestly.
definitely you know, I don't know what the technicalities of are like the difference between a remix and a cover. So I guess yeah, it's I don't know if you would call it, and Wikipedia it calls it a cover. I don't know if it would technically be a remix, but yeah, no, it's certainly, I'm sure it's like legal. I mean, it's, I don't really know. It's, I think public domain, isn't it? Doesn't have to be fit 100 years. So this wouldn't be a
Oh
hundred
yeah,
years
yeah,
yet.
that may be true. I don't know the specifics on that, but it definitely is old enough to the point where you'd
Or
ask
maybe
the question, is
it
it
might,
public domain?
it might be, isn't it like 100 years or after so many years after the people who made it died?
Oh yeah, that's true.
So that might be why actually.
Mm.
Someone that's smarter than us and has more time to research that can do that.
Yeah,
But
that's definitely true.
Um, so yeah, that's all, you know, we have to say about this. I don't think we need to dig any deeper. They didn't even write the song. So
No, that's true.
we'll do three more of these songs off this album, month of December type thing, and then 2021, and hopefully that year is better than this year. And we'll get back to the album that we were reviewing before, Brand New Man, and do the Morgan Wallen album eventually and all that stuff. Yeah. So we will see you guys next time, Red Road Podcast.
Oh, yeah.